you're new to creating journals, one piece of advice I'd really give you is to keep things simple. And that's what we covered in our Journal Creators University training to help people go through that 30-day challenge where we're getting them to create and sell their journal all in 30 days. So staying on track is good, but not only is it good for you to create a simple journal, it's also good for your customer. Here's a little clip from the training you'll find interesting. Why a simple journal sells better? It's because it's easier to complete, and a completed journal feels more satisfying to your audience, right? If you're going to try to do like a workbook style and it has all these different parts, which workbooks are good too, but maybe when people are thinking of a journal, they're not thinking of a workbook. They want to feel accomplished and they don't want to feel pressure. Maybe it depends. You would learn that in your audience thing. Maybe they're more analytical and they need that. They like that extra stuff. So use your judgment, but it's easier to do a simple one because it's easier for them. And a great user experience leads to repeat buyers. And as a tip to make it easier for you to make your first or next journal is focusing on meaningfulness over detailedness. I know that's not a word. That's why it's in quotation marks, but you get the point, right? Stop worrying about trying to cover everything and then instead just allow people to explore something and get to the realizations that they want. Yeah. So Renee, stick to the simple templates. We do have some different layouts for you, and they're quite simple too to update. Let's also look at the other side. Why a simple journal is better for you. It's easier to create. It allows you to serve a broader audience too. So even though you might want to get specific in the audience in that it's a busy career moms or something, right? They all have different issues. They have different aged kids and things like that. So if you just still keep it simple without honing in too much on specific places, but giving them really good things to reflect on that would apply to that whole audience, you can be a little bit broader within there. I hope that makes sense. It will also make sure you finish the challenge on time. And I think that should really, again, I think I've said it, but it should be your goal. If you want to take your time, then go ahead and do it however you'd like. But if your goal is to finish the 30-day challenge, you should keep it simple and take the advice and just run with it. So the ways you can make a simple journal is by having meaningful guided prompts. And just remember that free writing space is often welcome. You don't have to guide them every single step of the way. People do like to have free writing space. And then also look at what's selling in your topic and journal type. Consider buying some of the items. If they're downloadable, you can look at them right away. Go through Etsy and see what people have there. If it's print and you're a Prime member, you might get it pretty fast. So there you go. So things to decide and the help when it comes to creating your journal, and the help is in your training. So when you go to that day of the challenge, which is day 3 and 4, creating your journal, it will link you to lessons for this on deciding whether you want to do digital, printable, digital like fillable that they fill it digitally or they print it, or it's printed and shipped. We are offering templates in Canva that are for specific niches. There are some Word and PowerPoint templates you can use as well to fill in what you want and conceptualize and create your cover. Because I think that's one thing we do when we try to design covers is we try to put too much on it. We want to explain it fully and we just throw things in there, but simpler is often better. And then this is the tutorial on step by step also if you want to use good. Have made these lovely covers with Canva and AI. And that tutorial walks you through it. So that is on the lesson that is on cover designs and tools. Yes. Okay. That's a really good point. I do think that's mentioned in the training too, but Judy Ann, it's very worthwhile mentioning now too. She says, if we are making printable, simple, appeals to people who have their own printers, right? Maybe don't use a lot of color. Obviously they can still print grayscale, but not too much color, not too much fancy design on the things. I would think someone who some people will print the cover If I was printing a journal, I might not print the cover. I might print just the inside parts. But so the cover, that's a choice. I think the cover has color, but you still want it simple. You still want it to convey a very clear message. The more you try to input into it, the more confusion you create. But yeah, simple design when they're printing their own is really good. If you do a design, like maybe you want a pretty journal, because some people do want to print out their own pretty journals. They've got great printers and they love to print stuff. You can also offer two versions of it, right? That is if you have like borders and things that are pretty on the pages, that they can have that version, and then you can give them a simple ink saver version. And that's an added service for your customers. So always a good idea. And the more color, the more expensive they will be. Also, yeah, if you print and ship them, the more colors you use, the more, yes, it's going to cost you more as well. You're going to have to charge for that. I hope that gives you some good food for thought and why simple journals are good for you and your customer. If you're a Journal Creators University student, you can log in and grab all the templates that we have for you. We have the 33 niche journals and the different page layouts for you. There are also Word and PowerPoint journals if you prefer that over Canva. And if you're not in the Journal Creators University yet, we invite you to join us. Our 30-day challenge is on now, and we'd love to see you there.